We have been following Lensbaby's journey for a long time, and if there is one thing we know about this brand, it's that they don't care about perfection in the clinical sense. They care about soul. They care about the feeling of an image. And today, we are finally diving into what is officially being called their most requested lens of all time. We've seen the teasers, we've watched the countdown to the April 2nd launch, and now that the details are out, we can see why the community has been clamoring for this. This is the Lensbaby Twist 28, a compact Petzval-inspired pancake lens that brings that iconic swirling bokeh into a wide-angle perspective. For those of us who value presence over perfection and expression over automation, this might just be the most exciting creative tool to hit the mirrorless market in 2026. When we talk about Lensbaby, we usually think of selective focus or sweet spots, but the Twist series holds a special place for photographers who love the vintage aesthetic of 19th century glass. The classic Petzval design is famous for its swirly background, where the bokeh rotates around a sharp central subject. Previously, we've seen this in longer focal lengths, but Lensbaby realized that to truly tell a story, we often need to see more of the environment. That is exactly what the Twist 28 delivers. By bringing this effect to a 28mm focal length, we get a wider field of view that invites us to work closer to our subjects and let the background actively shape the narrative. It's a cinematic presence that is unmistakably Lensbaby, refined for the modern mirrorless shooter. We've noticed a major trend lately where pancake lenses are exploding in popularity. Photographers are tired of heavy gear, and a compact pancake on a mirrorless body has become the go-to alternative to trendy compact cameras. The Twist 28 fits this movement perfectly. Weighing in at just 140 grams, which would be less than 5 ounces, this lens is designed to travel. It's a daily carry tool that doesn't demand a dedicated bag. You can mount this on Sony E, Canon RF, Nikon Z, Fujifilm X, or Micro Four Thirds bodies and barely feel the weight. Because it offers full frame coverage, it's a versatile beast, though the effect is most pronounced on full frame sensors where those swirling edges can really breathe. The technical specs of the Twist 28 are a testament to in-camera creativity. This is a manual focus lens, which we love because it forces us to engage with the frame. It allows us to focus as close as 8 inches or 200mm from the front of the lens. When you get that close at 28mm, the perspective distortion combined with the Petzval swirl creates an incredible sense of depth. The lens features a fixed f/.35 circular aperture. While some might wonder why it's fixed, in the world of creative optics, this ensures the lens stays true to its optical character. At f/.35, the circular aperture maintains that signature swirl while ensuring sharpness gathers at the center. As you move toward the edges, motion and texture wrap around the subject, creating an image you can almost feel. One thing we noticed immediately in the sample footage is how the optics handle color and contrast. Lensbaby built these optics for deeper color and building contrast, and it shows. There's a richness here that feels more like a film scan than a standard digital file. The center remains remarkably sharp, drawing the eye in, while the edges provide a beautiful, organic fall-off. This isn't a lens for testing corner-to-corner sharpness. It's a lens for making a digital image feel like a physical memory. Lensbaby is positioning this lens brilliantly. By making it compatible with almost every major mirrorless mount, they are ensuring every photographer has access to this secret sauce. Even on a crop sensor, where some swirl is trimmed away, the 28mm focal length provides a very usable, normal field of view that still retains that unique character. It encourages experimentation, whether you're shooting through foliage to catch light or using the swirl to frame a portrait in a busy city. The Twist 28 makes the background a character in your photo. Our verdict is that the Lensbaby Twist 28 is a masterclass in niche creative engineering. In an era where manufacturers chase clinical perfection, Lensbaby is going the opposite direction. They've taken their most requested focal length and paired it with their most beloved effect, all in a form factor small enough for a jacket pocket. The 140 grams and 28mm perspective make this one of the most practical, fun lenses we've ever seen. It reminds us why we started taking photos, to see the world in a way the naked eye or a standard smartphone simply cannot. As we look toward the official release, we are convinced the Twist 28 will become a staple for street photographers, travel enthusiasts, and anyone who feels modern photography has become too clean. It's a lens that demands you take control, giving you images with depth and soul. We've been waiting for a wide-angle twist for a long time, and Lensbaby has delivered exactly what the community asked for. In short, the Lensbaby Twist 28 is a triumph of character over clinical performance. It's small, light, and full of personality. If you've been looking to break out of a creative rut, this is it. We're excited to see this lens out in the wild, adding its signature swirl to stories everywhere. The wait for the most requested lens ever is finally over. That was all for today. We'll see you next time.